So under other, there's a line item there under other revenue sources, and it lists a grant from the Walton Foundation at
Yes.
$325,000. Is that, I didn't see a letter anywhere, unless I missed it in the application, that money is committed, or is that something that you don't, do you have a commitment?
I think that's
on
something that Mr. Davis can speak to better than I. It's I understand it's pending approval, so.
We'll need you in the microphone, please.
Yes, ma'am. This is Miss Kathleen. We don't have the letter in hand, but it's underway. We can have it sent in. That's not a problem at all.
Okay. So do we typically put those in the budgets, Ms. Boyd, when we don't have, because I know it lists in there having a verification letter or something like that, so is that?
Right, in the instructions for the document, it says that if you are going to receive private funds, that we need a formal documentation, which means written documentation that you'll actually receive those funds.
And we don't have that right now.
And we do not have that right now.
All right. So
Yeah,
I
we
don't
can
have any
get that
other
email.
questions.
Okay. If we've gone through the application questions, I'd like to move on to the different systems and see if there are any additional things or comments, and kind of wrap up in terms of that. So starting with the human capital system, have we asked all those questions? I think we did some clarification along the human capital. Student supports. Did all of those concerns get addressed? That would include our special education, EL, child nutrition, and stakeholder communications, family engagement. Okay, district operations and fiscal governance. Okay, so one area that we do note then that the grant money is included in the budget, but we don't have that letter in hand, correct? Okay. The facilities, were there any ADE staff that had anything to add? And then academics, I'm going to be honest, I'm concerned about academics and what we're actually going to be teaching next year. Do we understand? Do we have the staffing appropriately planned and budgeted? So I think that is a big concern. That I still have remaining questions about whether the charter fully understands what they've asked for and agreed to. So Ms. Hyatt, on the waiver for the 38, it makes me uncomfortable to ask somebody to waive something that they don't know what they're actually asking. So I do have some questions there. Would you? Was that something that was just changed last week, the 38? No, ma'am, it was changed about 15 minutes ago. No, I'm saying the actual requirements. No, those requirements have not changed. School districts have been required to teach 38 units of credit for a long time, and the graduation requirements of 22, those have not changed. No, that has been a requirement. Ms. Hyatt referred to the state board meeting. Those were just brought to the state board as part of a new cycle of an annual review that they will do. But, and those courses, the course lists have been updated with new course codes and things like that. But yeah, they're not, the 38 requirements is not something new. Okay. All right, so it doesn't look like that there are any questions from the panel. And Ms. Hyatt, did you have any remaining issues that you wanted us to go over?
So I know I briefly mentioned this before, but I do think it is kind of an outstanding concern if they're going to have teachers that are teaching that 150 maximum. Based on some of the information that was presented about having teachers teach multiple classes in order to cut down on the number of teachers, I'm still unsure whether or not they're confirming that they're going to follow 617, 812, or where we are there.
Do you have questions about the class size maximums or the maximum number of students that a teacher can teach per day? Or are you comfortable with the 150 maximum?
Yeah, we were entertaining the board of directors and myself about having smaller classrooms, and we talked about also. Mr. O'Leary also mentioned the fact that we said, I think 2017 to 22. What were those numbers as far as a smaller classroom size?
Well, the classrooms, if you look at the current classroom size that's going on, like at A.J. Fair right now, and also at McClellan, you're looking at, I think that what it said on the website is that A.J. like right now has a class size of 1 to 11 is what they're posting right now. As far as our classroom size is determined is based upon the number of students that you have in and the number of teachers you have on staff. If we project at 150 and we staff accordingly, then we should be able to handle the 150 that show up at the door. I think what we're most afraid of anything, is that, and this is going to happen as sure as I'm standing here in front of you, those two schools are going to come together on that school site in North Little Rock. You're going to have 2,200 kids from two different communities, and we strongly believe that our charter school would be that outlet that's going to help assist that particular school district and staff at that location with some of the issues and things that are going to come up. And I know that there's been some doubts that have been here from the panel that's expressing some concerns and so on like that. And what I'm hoping is that we can make the necessary adjustments in the charter to get rid of those doubts and perform as we've indicated that we can do with this particular group of kids that are going to come through, because they're going to be looking for a secondary location. I have kids right now from both high schools in my program right now. There are issues between those students because of the community that they come from and some of the affiliations and things that are going on. And we're going to put 2,200 kids in one location with that same kind of community involvement together. Okay. And so we're hoping that we would be able to provide an outlet for the district and at the same time provide additional pathways for kids that are not going to be successful in that environment, but in a smaller environment.
Okay. Okay, so thank you. And what I'm hearing is that we do not need a waiver from the 150 maximum. Is that correct?
Correct, yes, ma'am.
Okay. All right, so panel, at this time, it's time for a decision. We can either approve, deny, or take the matter under advisement until a future meeting. So I would entertain a motion.
Make a motion to deny the application.
Second.
I have a motion and a second to deny the application. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
I vote no.
Okay, one opposed, but the motion does pass. The motion was to deny the application. So if you'll give me a few minutes, or give us a few minutes, we will record responses and then get feedback. Okay, we will talk through our reasons for votes. Dr. Hernandez?
So I made the motion. I believe the application has some deficiencies in terms of finances and academic programs. The goals that are set need to be revisited for alignment with the arts and academic attainability.
Dr. Kramers?
I voted to deny concerns regarding preparedness, clarity of planning and goals, accuracy, support for teachers in training, curriculum responsiveness to requests for documentation, and advance and budget.
Dr. Owen?
Voted to deny the application. I felt that the charter application and presentation were missing key components in the areas of student goals, educator support and development, staffing requirements, and budgetary items. I felt that additional planning and preparation are needed.
Dr. Williams?
I support the motion. The plan application is not complete. Additional information / clarity is needed regarding the curriculum, budget, staffing, waivers, and goals for graduation and attendance rates.
And Mr. Wilson?
I voted against the motion. I don't disagree with any of the valid points made by my colleagues and friends. I would simply have tabled, I would rather table the motion, allow the applicant time to firm up its application and address many of the concerns that the panel had.
We do appreciate you being here and the time and effort you've put into this. We hope that the feedback will give you the areas where our concerns were and an opportunity to look at something in the future. So thank you for being here. At this time, that brings us to the end of our action agenda item. Ms. Boyd, do you have any remaining things for us to consider today?
I don't have anything for you to consider today. I just wanted to prepare you for tomorrow. We do have 3 applications to review tomorrow, and we'll begin at 8:30.
At 8:30 tomorrow, okay. Does anybody on the panel have anything remaining for today? Thank you all for a hard day's work. Yes,
Motion
if
to
not,
adjourn.
I would.
Second.
Can I thank y'all for being here today? We appreciate you. You've done a lot of hard work. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
All right. We are adjourned.
Thought you were waiting on us to make a motion.